always, we start with the weekly forecast. So I like to pull a card for each day of the week, but I'm also going to pull a card for a theme of the week and what the overall soul purpose is for the week. So first of all, we're going for the theme. Oh, interestingly enough, we've got the Hermit. So the Hermit represents that wisdom that we walk with. It's funny enough, I was in a group this morning that was doing a 2025 forecast, the numerology one, year of the 9, Hermit. So he's been popping up a lot lately. Hermit represents solitude, introspection, leadership, and also too, he is somebody who walks. We may feel this week, the theme is that we are sort of in our own little bubble. It's funny that we did a bubble opening prayer today because we are in a bubble with the Hermit. The Hermit what he does is he's learning to walk his talk. He's learnt the wisdom, he's got it, he's now integrating it into the self. And so we'll find this week that it might be a little bit lonely, a little bit feeling apart from everybody, but also too, we're feeling very grounded in ourselves. So Monday energy is the 7 of Cups. So make sure that you have a bit of a play on Monday. That's tomorrow. This is Sunday night. So Monday is about, I get more of a playful feel about this one. So it's about making sure that the things that you love to do that bring you joy and fill you up are around not just one thing, but that you'll find that there are a number of things available to you that to help you feel content. We must be missing a little bit of contentment. And while we're walking the walk of the Hermit, it's important to have that contentment so that we are feeling more of ourselves and don't feel so bereft or lost, because it can be a little bit weird, Hermit energy. So now we're looking at Tuesday. You'll notice I'm putting the cards back on the deck because you never know, we might need the same card. Tuesday is, again, a contentment card. So we'll be feeling grounded and satiated and full. So Tuesday is not one for going out and racing out and doing a lot of amazing things. It's really one for being at home, nesting, and just appreciating what you have at home. We might find that Tuesday that we need that bit of grounding with our family, our loved ones, and our friends. Wednesday energy. Let's have a look. We have the High Priestess. So here I feel us. We are swooping into what this week is about. We've had a bit of our cup full. We've had some grounding, and with our people, the intuitive card is now in play. So by Wednesday, we are called upon to listen to our intuition. The Hermit is the highest form. So not the highest form of intuition. However, he plays a big part in listening to our intuitive self. So our intuitive self is actually on high, turned up, dialed up to 1,000 on Wednesday. That's why we needed that 7 of Cups, and that's why we needed the 10 of Pentacles, so that we can feel okay with how our psychic selves or our intuitive selves are playing out. So let me know how your week, or what you're expecting your week to be, and how that falls in with you. I'm happy to look at comments and share everything that with us, because we are building that community. So let's have a look at Thursday. Great, success. A lot of that energy, so that was a big build up to that intuitive self, and now Thursday is like it's not a big letdown, but it's like, oh, okay, that was a big build up for nothing. This is really a sense of accomplishment, a sense of that you got there. There's like a real sort of sense, well, actually I've got that. So we get proof that we're connected to our soul or our intuition. You might see lots of signs. You might feel that like your psychic intensity is really high, and like readings or being able to read people and situations. So the 3 of Wands gives us confirmation when our intuitive self is in tune. So you'll know if that worked for you, and if it feels like a little bit out of tune and you're not quite getting it, meditate. Have some cards and play with your cards. Get in touch with who you are It's not about trying to read the room. Read for yourself and read the energy of yourself. Okay, Friday. Oh, the devil. Okay. Now, the devil is, he talks about, he's where that part of us that must be faced, that we don't really like about who we are. And oftentimes we repress emotions and feelings, and we use addictive behaviors to repress that. So there's maybe some things about ourselves that we don't like. So if we're doing all of this other work at the beginning of the week, and again, I feel like we're not being tricked or played, but we're sort of getting not a false sense of security, but all of those things, but in a nice way. It's time to face the music or pay the piper. Whatever it is that we don't feel good about ourselves is going to be right in our face on Friday, and all those cards leading up to it allows us to face it with grace and dignity. You can have a fight with yourself if you want to, or go reach for the chocolates like I do, and I don't want to face it. It's like, oh no, I don't want to look at that. Or you can look at it honestly and allow yourself lean into it and say, okay, this is how I am, and self-acceptance and meditate. Okay, Saturday. Let's have a look. Oh, we're back on track. So facing our inner demon, facing our fears, more like facing our shame. We come back on top. So you can see how it's important, like having that grounding at the beginning of the week, getting in touch with our intuition, feeling on top of things, facing our inner shame allows us now to come back strong. So if you are looking for a conclusion or a way to get on top of things this week, that's the path to follow. That's the energy that you can tap into. Now we're having a look at Sunday. The next Sunday we have, so when we are firing on all cylinders, all of our support system turns up. So when we started the influence of the week was the hermit, feeling all alone. Now we've done our work this week, and now all of those loved ones and all of those support systems now come into view again. They were never away, but now we get to interact with them again. So the hermit is full circle. So what is our karmic lesson this week? Okay. It's about letting go of the past. So but even though we've moved into 2025 and gone from old to new, there are still some things from the past that we are, like some regrets and some things that we wish that we had done differently. And this week allows us, especially with the devil in play, to just let those go one by one. We notice them properly, karmically. We'll see them for the reality that they are, and then we're able to cut the ties one by one. Anyway, that's the weekly forecast for the week commencing January 3rd, 2025. Now, so thank you for that. Now let's move on. See you guys next week with love from me.